Today was the day. It was June 2nd, 2025. Nina held her books very tightly. Her hands felt cold and clammy. This was her very first lecture. She was a teacher now, a real teacher. She had dreamt of this moment for so long. It was a dream she held close to her heart. She wanted to share her love for learning with young minds. She truly hoped she could make a difference in their lives. A small, hopeful smile gently touched her lips. She believed in the power of education. She stood just outside the classroom door. She took a deep breath, then another. Her heart pounded inside her chest. It felt like a small, frightened bird trapped in a cage. So many students waited for her inside. Young faces, bright eyes, all full of curiosity. Nina clutched her notes even tighter. She said a silent prayer for courage and for strength. She wanted her voice to be strong and clear. She wanted them to listen to her words. She wanted to connect with them. She pushed the door open and walked in. All eyes immediately turned to her. A sudden hush fell over the entire room. Nina felt a big wave of nervousness wash over her, but beneath the fear she also felt a tiny spark. It was a spark of pure determination. She would not let her fear win this battle. She was here for her students, for their future. She cleared her throat softly. "Good morning, class," she began. Her voice was a little shaky at first, a little unsure. She remembered the true reason why she chose this path. Education was a guiding light in the darkness. It had the power to change lives, to open doors. Her own teachers had shown her that important lesson. They had believed in her potential when she was young. Now it was her turn to do the same. She would believe in these students sitting before her. She would help them find their own bright lights. This single thought gave her immense strength. The fear slowly began to fade away. Nina started to speak about history. Her subject was ancient civilizations. She did not just read facts from the textbook. No, she told them stories. Wonderful stories of brave kings and very wise queens. She spoke of ordinary people who did extraordinary things. Her voice grew steady and more confident with each word. It became warm, inviting, and full of passion. The students leaned forward in their seats. They were eager to hear more from her. They were captivated. The classroom was completely quiet. You could hear a pin drop. No one whispered to their neighbor. No one looked away towards the window. Every single student was listening intently. Their eyes were wide with wonder and amazement. They were lost in the world she created with her words. Nina saw understanding dawning in their young faces. She saw genuine excitement sparkling in their eyes. History was no longer just boring dates and forgotten facts. It was alive. It was happening right there in that room. Her knowledge of the subject flowed easily, like a clear river. She explained big, complex ideas using simple words, words that everyone could understand. She answered all their questions with kindness and patience. She encouraged them to think for themselves. She made them wonder about the world. The students asked many good questions. They showed they wanted to learn more. They felt a new connection to the past. More importantly, they felt connected to her, their new teacher. The school bell rang suddenly, loud and clear. Everyone in the room was surprised. The time had passed by so very quickly, it felt like only minutes. The students looked sad that the lesson was over. A few even groaned softly in disappointment. Nina smiled. It was a real, happy smile that reached her eyes. She knew she had reached them. She had successfully shared her passion. This was the best feeling in the world for a teacher. This, she knew, was true success. Nina walked towards the staff room. Her heart felt light and joyful. Her first class had been truly wonderful. She needed to get more chalk for her next lesson. She looked for her small, colorful box of chalks. She had bought them specially for her teaching. She wanted to make her lessons bright and engaging. She looked on her designated shelf. She remembered placing it there that morning. It was a new box, full of promise. The chalk box was not there. She checked the shelf again, carefully, and then she checked it once more. It was gone, completely vanished. This was very strange indeed. She was absolutely sure she had left it right there. Other teachers were present in the staff room. Some of them looked at her. Their faces were hard to read, their expressions unreadable. A small, cold worry started to creep into Nina's mind. This was not a good feeling at all. It felt like a bad sign. Later that same day there was more trouble for Nina. Her teaching timetable had been changed, but no one had bothered to tell her about it. She went to the wrong classroom at the wrong time. She was then late for the correct class she was supposed to teach. The students were waiting for her, confused. She felt deeply embarrassed and flustered. She felt confused and upset. Who would do such a thing to her, and what was their reason? It felt like a deliberate act of unkindness. These small, mean-spirited things continued to happen. Her carefully prepared teaching notes disappeared from her bag. Unkind whispers seemed to follow her down the school corridor. Some of the other teachers started to avoid her eyes. The pure joy she had felt from her first lecture was fading fast. It was being replaced by a heavy, uneasy feeling. She felt increasingly alone in this new place. The school environment was not what she had hoped for. It was becoming a difficult place. One afternoon, the principal asked to see Nina. His office felt big and very cold. His face was stern and serious. He did not offer her a smile or a kind word. He said that there had been complaints about her teaching methods, complaints about her punctuality as well. Nina was completely shocked to hear this. She wanted to explain herself. She wanted to tell her side of the story, the truth. She knew these complaints were not fair, but the principal did not let her speak much at all. He cut her off. He said, his voice firm, "You are being inefficient." The word echoed in the quiet, imposing room. Inefficient. It was such a cruel and unfair word. It was not true. She knew it was not. She worked so very hard every single day. She cared so much about her students. Tears pricked at the back of her eyes, but she held them back with all her might. She would not cry in front of him. She left his office feeling defeated. Her shoulders felt heavy, as if carrying a great weight. The world outside his door seemed dull and gray. The bright inspiration she had felt in her classroom was gone now. All that remained was a deep sense of humiliation. A burning shame spread through her. How could they say such terrible things about her? How could they be so incredibly unfair? She had tried her very best. Was her best simply not good enough for them? She went back to the staff room, her mind numb. She saw the new timetable for the next week. It was pinned neatly on the main notice board. With a heavy heart, she looked for her name. She scanned the list of teachers carefully, once, then twice, just to be sure. Her heart grew cold like ice. Her name was not there. It was completely missing. It had vanished as if she never existed. What could this possibly mean for her future?